actually found somebody who's apparently screwed up. They didn't send me to a neurologist. They just, she's probably still out there. Remembering that boy in Falls Church. To go back home. I only know it was cold and white, and I was alone. Won't you tell me how I could see you now? Tell me why everybody tries, everybody lies. Underneath the trees tonight, where little men sleep, all that snow will turn to ice while their lovers creep. Won't you tell me how I could see you now? Tell me why everybody tries, everybody lies. You should live in Dave's hands at Sunnyland Park and count their little days there turning into dark. Won't you tell me how I could see you now? Tell me why everybody tries, everybody lies. Tell me how I could see you now. Tell me why everybody tries, everybody lies. I think it's called Columbia Artists. I can't remember the name of the company. Asked Joe Pass what he wanted to do this given year. This is now about 15, I don't know, 20 years ago or something. And he said, I want to do that, what we did in Australia, which was Joe, it was 4 guitars, John Williams, Joe Pass, Paco Pena, and me. And he said, so John was otherwise engaged. We went out on the road with Pepe Romero and Paco Pena and Joe Pass. And it worked great. The first night, the job was in Florida. We met up. I knew Joe and I knew Paco. We'd met, through work at other places, but not Pepe. And once Pepe arrived, he got off. He showed up in a bus. We're sitting in a restaurant near the motel. Showed up in a bus. I'm in a Greyhound. This is Pepe Romero. And Joe walked up to him as he got off the bus. We're all standing there and patted him on his tummy and said, "Hello, Fatso." He'd never met him. And Pepe loved it. And we went in and sat down, and we all said, almost at the same time, "This is the worst thing I've ever done. This can't work. This is going to be a train wreck. It's just awful." So, and it didn't. It was the opposite. It was a wonderful time. It worked really well. One night, there's been a few of these. We went for 2 months. I'd learned a little bit, and I asked Joe, we're all waiting to go on, and Pepe would play. He'd play constantly in his dressing room, and he was playing the material upcoming that he would have to do after this tour. Paco would do that flamenco stuff. It's just bone-busting, fleet. soaring around, that's not it. A lot, and I feel, but Joe was silent. He wouldn't do anything. I asked him why. He said, "Well, then I've already played it." Joe's second wife was a newsreader in Germany, and his dentist was also in Germany, and he told me that the dentist would, in Adelaide when we first met, said that his dentist would gas him up with nitrates and prepare him for whatever mayhem he was going to perform on Joe's teeth, and then give him some phones, and he'd play my records into Joe's head. Now, some of you know who Joe Pass is. This is not going to go down well, but he can't, he can't complain. And I said, "Oh, geez, Joe, I'm sorry. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know you, dentist. Don't hit me." But when we met up again on this tour with everybody else, he said, "Hey, Leo, I went to the dentist again. He said, you put on your new record. And you got a lot better." So this is an old one.
I got a stretcher. I slide out.
Jack Fake. It was an actual friend of mine. He's my advisor when I went nuts because he preceded me. He was a little more florid than I was. I was renting a room in a house with 5 other guys in this house, and we were passing a derby hat around with a bar of soap in it. Having a great time. Just thought, they'd handed us, and we'd laugh. I mention that because Jack, this is the first we knew of this, that he was having issues, and which were with the loons. There are no loons, and this is in Minneapolis, St. Cloud, and there's no loons there. You got to go a little further north. And but Jack came out of wherever he was in this house, and he said, "Is anybody here? Can you hear the loons?" And this is about 7 at night, if you want to call it night. Well, no. And he would go away. And every now and then he'd come out, "Did you hear the loons?" And it troubled him. After that, he started hearing the quaking of the leaves in the aspen trees. If you're going to hallucinate, that's the way to do it. It really bothered him. And then we were walking around for a reality check, 4 guys with a derby hat and some soap in it. Jack was in trouble with us, and we were wandering around and he said, "I can't get this idea out of my head." "What's that?" He said, "Little green elves pissing on ice cream cones." It's in your head now. Let me know how that goes. Anyhow, there's a whole bunch of stuff around this, but I went nuts, and I wasn't hearing anything. I couldn't sleep, couldn't close my eyes, and didn't know what the hell was going on. I thought, I know who knows about this stuff. So I asked Jack. And he said, "Oh, well, you go to county health and get, talk to somebody." So I went there, and there was a receptionist, and I walked up to the receptionist, and I said, "May I help you?" I said, "I think I might be nuts. What do I do here?" And she said, "Oh, we'll give you this test. It's called the MMPI. It just takes a couple minutes, and you can talk to somebody." Okay. And so I went in and I sat down, and I talk about this quite a lot. If I'm repeating myself, I can't apologize. If I would apologize, it would mean that would I put this? Maybe I'm slipping again. So I went in and ushered me to a little booth with a curtain, and I went in there, and the curtain's closed, and I look at the test, and the 2 questions I can remember. One is, do you smell strange smells? I need more context. The other one was, do you want to be a florist? No, that's another essay question, and all I get is yes or no. You can't. So anyhow, she knocks on the door, there's a curtain back. She knocked on something. She said, "Are you done yet?" "Oh, question I can answer." I said, "No." She said, "Well, you've been in here a little over 2 hours, so we'll just give us what you got, and you can talk to him." This lasted about 2.5 years, and it just kind of stopped. was something that needed to happen. There was a lot I needed to lose, which happened to be the mind that I had. Now all I have to worry about is this hand over here. Oh, wait, this is going to be a little... I'm down, going to be about a half step back for me. I may be eventually singing for you from between my knees. Maybe not. Why did I tell you all of that? Why did I go through all of that? I'm asking the exit sign over I'm the guy who didn't marry. Wait a minute, that's too low. I'm the guy who didn't. Oh, that's a little more. I'm nuts, you know. I'm the guy who didn't marry pretty Pamela Brown. Educated, well-intentioned, good girl in our town. I wonder where I'd be today if she had loved me too. Probably be driving kids to school. I guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. All of my good times, all my running around. One of these days I might be in your town. I guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. Seen the lights of cities and I've been inside their door. Sailed to foreign countries and walked upon their shore. I guess the guy she married was the best part of my love. Dug in coffee, drove a pickup truck. And I guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. All of my good times, all my running around. One of these days I might be in your town. Guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. I don't have to tell you just how beautiful she was. Everything it takes to get a guy like me in love. Lord, I hope she's happy cause she sure deserves to be. Partially for what she did for me. Guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. All of my good times, all my running around. One of these days I might be in your town. And I guess I owe it all to Pamela Brown. Yes, I owe it all to Pamela Brown. slide was the last slide, I believe, made by a man named Kottke.
It's like he has skinny fingers.
Gallo wine, I think it's Gallo that I can blame, standardized the wine bottle, at least that we see here in the States. And they destroyed the careers of many slide players. Their bottles just sound like crap. And they're just, the shape is wrong. It looks like it would work, but I think it's density. I think the glass just doesn't have enough mojo. And Kottke, who, I mean, this thing is camphor here. He gives you the length that you want, and he finds this bottle somewhere. I've got two of these, and the third one was stolen. You mind if I stare at it for a like a stone on the water, I can't help but see another man's love means more to you than the love you stole from me. There's no good in knowing that I was to blame. He's good for you, but let me explain. He's twice the price you've already paid. consulted device momentarily. Oh, heavens. Joe Pass began, if you're not familiar with Joe, he is one of the great jazz guitarists in the 20th century, and just beautiful stuff. He's just so fluent. Can listen to him, and it's one of those few people where you're just grateful to hear his stuff. But he got his start in the Synanon band. Synanon was one of the first rehab places. It was pointed right at heroin addiction, and it had kind of went south after a while. But in the beginning, it worked, and they had a band, and Joe got his start playing in that band. And but one of the reasons he got to Synanon was that you were imprisoned back then if you were an addict, and it's kind of an oxymoron. You'd be imprisoned, and as part of your sentence, you'd do therapy. But the therapy for Joe in Fort Worth, and when I knew him, he'd been sober for 20, 30 years, but he was to play in the mental hospital with people like Jack Fig and Leo Kottke in it once a week. And the mental hospital, this will tell you something, was attached to the prison. So he'd go there and sit in the day room and play for the inpatients.
Probably out in Independence.
I was never in the hospital. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to be. When I took this test, I went in and I talked to this guy named Dick, my biggest worry was that maybe everybody felt like this, in which case, this is not what I thought it was, meaning existence. And so when he said, there's several scales built into the MMPI, and on any one of them, if you score over a 3, we figure you're a little screwed up. And I had scored 7s on 3 of these scales. And I said, so I'm nuts. And he said, yes, you are. And it was the biggest relief, one of the biggest reliefs that I will ever have in this life. I said, wow. No, oh, good. Because it isn't like this for everybody. But right behind that was, I'm going to get my own gurney. Everything full of thorazine, drip, 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 put me in a corner, groovy. And he said, and I said, so I let's hospital have a gurney stores it. He said, well, yeah, usually we do, put you away for a while. But let me ask you a question. He said, can you make it through the day? Wow, bastard. That exit sign can make it through the day. A pencil, a grape can make it through the day. I said, well, yeah, I can make it. You don't qualify. So I didn't get to hear Joe in the day room in Fort Worth. But in the population there, in the hospital, was a man who was catatonic. He didn't move, but he would be there every weekend to hear Joe. Maybe they carried him in on a cart or something. And Joe would start to play, and this guy would move. He'd start walking. He'd walk up behind Joe while Joe's playing. Crank his leg. I mean, Joe had healing powers. Oh, now what have I done? Oh. up in the sky. When the lights along the street, when the TVs in the motels shine, when the fingertips are froze, when the empty wind starts to blow, if they've got one, they're all going home. We're just sitting here all by ourselves, you and me, nobody else but me. Sometimes the only lights at night we see. Every night somebody's crying down the alley on the cold, cold run. Someone's running, but they'll never ever leave. There's a shadow underneath the trees. Someone running, someone no one needs. Sometimes shadows are the only light we see. There's a shadow underneath the tree. Someone running, someone no one needs. Sometimes the only lights the night we see. High school, and his girlfriend, her favorite thing to do with him was to go sit in the emergency room at the hospital and watch the casualties come in. I think of her in that song. Well, that was the end of the set. I would like to play the encore now, and we can all.